I'm Jay Taylor. I'm the editor of a newsletter called Jay Taylor's Gold, Energy, and Tech Stocks. You can access that newsletter through my Substack account. It's taylorj.substack.com. And you can subscribe to my newsletter through that media. But today I'm here at the Metals Investor Forum in Toronto. It is February 28th, 2026. Really pleased to have Kerry Landis with me. He is a board member of HydroGraph Clean Power, one of the more exciting stories I've covered in my career as a newsletter writer. Kerry, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure, Jay.
So, HydroGraph Clean Power, and it's all about graphene. Tell our viewers what graphene is and why HydroGraph's graphene stands out above the others.
I'd be glad to. Graphene is a nanomaterial. It is carbon in sp2 bonded or bonding arrangement. It's a hexagonal molecule that is fractal in nature, which means the hexagonal connections just continue expanding out into one flat two-dimensional molecule. And as a result, graphene has tremendous strength. It has tremendous electrical conductivity, a far superior thermal conductivity. Electrons will pass through it. Well, the graphene that we produce, Jay, is turbostratic.
Yeah.
And so that means the layers are separated a little bit, which allows electrons to pass through it at 100 times greater speed than it would pass through copper or silicon semiconductors.
Wow. Huh.
And as a result, it's very likely to be used in high-speed computing. Also, you can take graphene and coat wiring, so it helps dissipate heat. It can also, one of the things that you're concerned about for microelectronics is you're concerned about electromagnetic radiation impacting it, so it can shield that. Graphene produces good shielding. It's a UV ray reduction. It is transparent at one molecule or one atom level thick.
Yeah.
And as a result, you can add it to epoxies, resins,
you can see through it.
Anything, you can see through it. And as a result, it provides additional strength without really any changing of color. So you can add it to cars or boats or anything.
Incredible.
And it provides tremendous protection, even against corrosion products. So, and then you can alloy it, add it with copper, with steel, copper and silver, for example. You can actually increase the conductivity with copper, alloying it such that you could reduce the gauge size of wiring that will carry the same current capability to it. And then you speed up the electron passage through it. So it's
incredible.
A nanomaterial that is going to affect virtually every industry.
Well, with your background in chemistry, you understood early on what a perfect graphene could do. Those properties you just talked about, you were well aware of that.
Yes.
So you were an early investor with this company. You came to me in late 2024 with the story, and you sold me on it very convincingly. Added it to my newsletter in January of 2025 at 16 cents. The stock has had a run to a little over $5 recently. It's pulled back a little bit yesterday, but I guess maybe what people really want to see are contracts. So you're talking about what it can do.
Right.
How close are we to making some of those things actually happen? And when do you think we might look forward to the company having its first commercial contract?
Yeah, it would be great if we already had it, but what we've seen is so many individuals, like 75 companies looking at it and more being added all the time. We're anticipating that the contracts could occur very, very quickly. We've been anticipating that for a while, but when you're talking about integrating a new material into a process line.
Mm-hmm.
It has to really be tested to make sure that it's going to integrate well.
Mm-hmm.
We've had to help some facilities to understand how to do that. And then they've got to go to the board and find out how much are they going to purchase. We have a number of purchasers that are considering between 10 and 100 tons per year capacity.
Wow.
And 5 to 7 of them that are even considering the 1,000-ton per year capacity. We'll have to build up to that over a few years time frame. And our anticipation is this year, 2026, that we are going to escalate the purchase orders, and they can be coming anytime now.
To give our viewers an idea of what that means in terms of revenues, what are you charging per ton?
Yes, we're charging $250,000 per metric ton, and that's so people don't think that's wild. It's 25 cents a gram. So $250,000 a metric ton. Yeah, and we talk in metric tons because that's the orders are going to be in that order.
Sure.
All the way up to $1 million per metric ton. And that depends upon, we call that reactive graphene, where we are adding some molecules or atoms to the graphene to functionalize it to make it do certain things that a customer wants. And it costs us $500,000 to produce one Hyperion unit that produces the graphene. That can produce 10 tons per year, which is at the low end of the scale, $250,000 per ton. That would be $2.5 million. So $500,000, and the first year of production, that unit has produced $2.5 million. 20% of that, or about $50,000, would be OpEx, operating expenses, and $200,000 of that approximately would be the earnings coming out of that. So that's just with one unit.
That's just right.
And anticipate orders in terms of tens, hundreds, and even thousands of tons. And as far as scalability, can we meet that? We have one unit now. We have 2 in production, probably be available within the next couple of months at least through testing. And then scale up from there is we're planning to build a facility that'll be started, that'll be announced and started probably in Q2 of this year. And in that we can produce tens and expand the facility to even produce hundreds as the orders begin to come in. Yes.
Yeah, and that of course is going to take place in Texas.
That's
in
correct.
Your new facility, moving it from Kansas, where the initial facility was.
Correct.
And you're going to be hooking into a pipeline, I think, that will supply the acetylene gas.
That's correct. That's probably our next
news
agreement. Next news agreement will be signing a contract for acetylene gas supplier. And that was one of the original concerns I had as a potential investor, long-term investor, is running acetylene bottles or all over the country and building Hyperion units all over the country would be a tremendous risk.
Sure, because it's very explosive. The gas is.
That's correct. Very dangerous.
Acetylene.
And if you get lots of people handling it in lots of different locations, there's going to be errors made, human performance errors. Well, the new CEO, as of middle of 2024, Kirsten Brewer, she changed that model.
Yeah.
Then I was all in.
That's when you gave me a call. I think,
That's right. Right after that, because I was all in that this was going to take off, because now it's a centralized facility and going to expand as soon as we build the new facility. It'll stay centralized, and we'll be producing at whatever rate we end up building the number of units, and it'll be from a central pipeline, which can be a lot safer in the handling of it. So I knew that, and it will be sending out graphene all over the world potentially.
Yeah, one of the amazing things about it, and you mentioned this sort of high operating margins of 80%
Right.
is that it's very low, almost no energy.
Well,
As I understand it, you have that spark that sets off
That's
the
correct.
explosion, and then you have something at the other end, a syngas, that
Syngas,
may have
yes.
some value, may or may not be
Right,
something.
right.
Certainly not a major focus of the company.
Right.
But the point is that where you have an advantage, not only is the quality of the graphene superior to
Mhm.
everything else, but also the cost of getting it
That's correct.
is less than everybody else.
Really, the only cost is the purchase of the oxygen and the acetylene.
Uh-huh.
You obviously have the CapEx, but it's a very small CapEx per high periodic unit. And then the operating cost is the gas. And like you said, the syngas, if we begin producing hundreds, if not thousands of tons of graphene, the syngas would begin to be of substance that we may enter into offtake agreements
Interesting.
because
Interesting.
it is a fuel that can
Yeah.
be easily used.
Yeah. It's a fantastic story, Kerry. I can't wait for those first contracts to come out. I know you can't
Me neither.
either, but at the same time, it's a matter of science. It's a matter of time
Right.
and energy, and a lot of intelligent people working
correct.
on the staff, scientists in your own and also in Manchester,
That's correct.
And-
Developing new patents all the time.
and how to apply them. And it's an incredible story. Materials science, I think, here at the mining conference, a little different, but people are really excited about it, I think.
The connection, I would say, people are very excited. The connection is, and I just had an individual come up and ask me, and it finally the light bulb went on. They said, they asked me, where do you get your graphite? I said, we don't use graphite.
Yeah.
And, you go in and mine graphite and try to glean, other companies try to pull out some graphene, barely able to get 10% graphene out of it. And with a lot of energy, you can make it more pure, but we're the only company that has the patented process for out of the gate producing graphene with no graphite and 100% pure.
Fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Kerry, thank you so much for
Thank you.
spending time
Absolutely. My
to
pleasure.
tell the story to more people.
Absolutely.
All right.